to In This Season podcast, where we unpack the most empowering conversations, have exclusive and inspirational interviews, and host special events. Join Tammy, some call her Butterfly, and explore life's purpose by learning how to embrace each season of your life with confidence, strength, and purpose. Whether you're blooming in the spring, or shining in the summer, or embracing change in the fall, or gracefully hibernating in the winter, get ready to be inspired. Join us right here on this season of In This Season podcast with your host, the Butterfly. It's time, no matter what season it is.
All right. Good morning, beautiful people. Good morning. Y'all know what we do and how we bring it in. Got a special guest that's joining us this morning. I am giving her time. I see her backstage trying to get her stuff together. You just give me the thumbs up when you're ready for me to pull you in. All right. You ready? All right. We're going to pull her in. How about that?
Yep.
You ready, cuz?
Give me 2 minutes.
I can't. Just give me thumbs up when you're ready.
Okay.
All right, y'all. I got a family member joining me this morning. I think Trent's going to jump in too. But while we wait for them, let's just groove it on in. Shake the day in or shake it out. How did you wake up this morning? Did you wake up in your groove, ready to feed the ducks, your life? Or do you need to be fed this morning, right? Feed them out, feed them in, whatever you need to do to accomplish your true goals today, to have fresh encouragement, right? What is it that you need to do as you groove in? That's one thing you need to do. Just groove in, make a decision to own your day. All right. So, y'all keep going here in y'all's prayers. Y'all know Brandon is traveling to Tampa, so for his big fight, y'all keep him prayed up. All right, let's get this day going. Who's in with us? Who's in? Miss Brenda Davis says, great everything, everyone. Happy hump day. Getting my groove on. Well, all right. Somebody got to do it. Might as well be us, right, Miss Brenda? Somebody's got to do it. So we're here. What day is it, you guys? I think it's 2:31. Yes, it's 2:31. I'm going to go ahead and get our day going here by getting that out there. Did someone get hurt? Is going to be, or is our title. And you know what? I really just want to put that question mark there because it's important that we know that's a question that we need to answer. So, did someone get hurt? I'm going to go ahead and put our quote out too as we get ready to go in. So, what I'm going to do, how was your yesterday? Okay, I got somebody that's commented. So, Mark Walker. All right. Yes. Oh, yes, he says. Did you get your groove on with us, Mark Walker? Have you been a part of our new thing, how we come in every morning? Let me know, because if you did, I'll give you like 1 second to get your groove in, on, out, whatever it is, right? So, welcome. Thank you. So, what we're going to do, I'm going to go ahead and get started as he said, oh, yes, he got it in. All right, y'all. So, let me tell you why we do what we do, why we are here, why we continue to show up and have the barbecue. Why do we continue to journal through Dennis Kimbro's book, Daily Motivations for African American Success? Daily Motivations for African American Success will help you focus on the thoughts, attitudes, and deeds that will lead you to the achievement of your true goals. Your goals, great people, your goals. In 365 short but powerful motivations, one for each day of the year, Dennis Kimbro, who is also the author of the popular Think and Grow Rich, A Black Choice, leads us to discover how to use the present moment and our own gifts to transcend labels, cultivate a positive attitude, become wise enough to know when to say yes, But more importantly, I think you guys when to say no, but also when to look inward for answers to life's challenges. Each motivation begins with words of wisdom from such distinguished and celebrated African Americans, such as, but certainly not limited to, Malcolm X, Marion Wright Elderman, Whoopi Goldberg, Charlene Hunter Gout, Bill Cosby, Carl Rowan, and hundreds of others. This treasure trove of practical inspiration will give you fresh, fresh encouragement every day of the year. But what it teaches us, you, will last a lifetime. And Black Enterprise says that each affirmation in this valuable and thought provoking book takes only a few minutes to read, but it is worthy of more time for contemplation. So let's get it going. All right, I need some light here. Take a sip of my coffee. Who else is in with us? Nobody yet. Where's Big Mike, Brenda? Oh, I think Cuzzo is ready.
Hold on. I'm gonna invite a couple people. How do you do
Okay.
that?
I think you can do that, and we can't see you, so you got to give us access to your camera again.
Uh-oh. Okay.
So I'll give her time to work on that. She's going to invite some people, so she pops in every now and then, you guys. And for some reason, I just thought, you know what, I'm going to ask her to join, and so she accepted the invite, and now there
Now
she
you.
is. Yeah, I
Hi,
can see you.
everybody.
Hi.
Grand risings. Grand risings.
Thank you,
Blessings.
cuz. Now I call her Toy.
Everybody just about doing the family.
I'm for real. That's all I know, y'all. So I'm
All
like,
right.
that's all I know. Tell the people a little bit about yourself. What you do, how you do it, what's life looking like for you. Anything you want to share.
Okay. Okay. Well, my name is Empress. I go by Toy since I was born almost. My mom used to tell everybody that I was a good baby. I'd cry only to get my milk. If I got toys in the crib with me, then I'd be all right. So she inducted that name, Toy. So I answer by Toy. It's me still. Um, I'm from Rochester, New York. I've relocated to Atlanta, and now I'm in Jacksonville. I own the salon, which I do hair and nails and everything under that umbrella, and am an instructor. I'm in Jacksonville for about 2 years now, and I've been, I'm sorry, I've been basically relaxing and trying to take care of me. I had to get a total knee replacement. It was something that was for years, in the coming, in the making, but it couldn't have been at a better time because my daughter ended up having a baby and she's in the Navy and she asked me to come. So I was like, you know what? The Sunshine State, I think I could do that. So here I am. And I'm also a Dudley uh, family member. My last name is Berry. Raymond Berry is my father. So,
Who is
and
one of
Tammy,
my favorite people. He's so
and,
cool. Yeah, he's so cool.
and,
She's got a
and
cool dad.
Tammy, that beautiful lady right there, that's my cousin. And I'm proud to say you are my cousin. You are such a beautiful heart. I watch you all the time. Well, not all the time. Let me stop lying. I watch you when I'm trying to get
When you,
up.
yeah, I get it. I get it. Thank you. Thank you. And
Yeah.
Toy, same to you. I don't, and that's what I was telling. I don't know if you heard. I just dropped in my spirit. Tell Toy to come on with you, and God is doing something, you guys. And so I'm just thankful that you came and you're here. We are family, y'all, and that means a lot to me. That I was in my head this morning, just thinking about our ancestors and how they loved on one another, and that was something I believe that they truly did. I remember Aim Dot. coming down to take care of my grandmother and other mama. You know, we got all these names, y'all. So
Yeah.
coming down, it's like when grandma got sick, the household didn't skip. It didn't miss a beat. It didn't miss a beat. And I was thinking about what they did differently. You know, certainly not perfect people. None of us are. You know, but I'll tell you what they at least tried to do was love on family and take care of each other. They tried that and they loved God. Like they really depended on God. And so I was just in my head until I remember the day I saw your video of you driving to Jacksonville. It was like, do you remember that day? Then you were
Um,
driving en route.
well, I've driven a couple times, but
You were moving.
oh, I was actually moving.
Yeah, you was like, I'm doing it or something like that. Y'all, I'm doing this thing.
Oh, wow. Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Do I remember? No. Let me see. I was
You were
driving.
you were
Was I
talking it
driving the
out.
truck?
I don't remember what you were driving, but you were like talking that thing out. It was like, I'm doing this. It was like this thing where you were saying, I'm doing it, you know, like I'm headed to Jacksonville. I'm moving. Yeah.
I
So
do, I do, but I mean, oh God, I think I was so exhausted from packing up everything. I had to
you had
pack
said
up
that,
my
I think.
salon. I had to pack up the house.
The
I
house.
was
Yeah.
like, yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. So
and I think I was talking my way so I don't fall asleep. So I
yeah.
might have said some things, and I apologize in advance, but I know, yeah, that was a woo,
A
like a
whole
four
thing.
day, a 4 day event. It was a 4 day event. And I couldn't have been more exhausted. I think I slept for 3 days.
Oh wow.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh
I
wow.
was exhausted. But
Wow.
yeah, I was excited about moving here. Now I'm gonna be honest. Do I like Jacksonville? I'm still trying to fill it out, but I love the people. A lot of the people. Oh my gosh, they're awesome.
Hmm.
I'm talking about Jacksonville. This what is it? Hurricane season. Ugh, rain, rain, rain. I thought New York was bad. Tammy, everybody,
Toy, where are you
make.
going and what are you doing?
Uh, I'm moving everywhere. I wasn't, I wasn't totally all set, but I was actually looking for my stand so I could hold my phone while I talk.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah. So
Well, I
if I
tell
can
you what,
locate.
we're gonna get ready to jump on in and I'm gonna give you some time to find that.
Okay, okay.
Okay.
Give me 2 minutes.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, you guys, I'm gonna read us on in while she takes care of her business, and I'll add her back in shortly. Good morning, everyone. Big Mike says, Monique, cousin Monique, you see who I got on with me this morning? So thank you for joining the show, and I owe you a call back. I saw last night that you called me. So today's title, you guys, did someone get hurt? Our quote for the day: this is a tough game. There are times when you've got to play hurt, when you've got to block out the pain. Shaquille O'Neal, basketball superstar, they call him. He says this is a tough game. There are times when you've got to play hurt, when you've got to block out the pain. Our passage goes, I know that life can be difficult, sometimes so difficult it hurts. But real achievers make their best or make the best out of their circumstances. I remember riding through a tough section of Detroit, seeing boarded up houses lining the street. Nearly all had broken windows and pervading sense of urban blight. Several were vacant and overrun by drug dealers. Then I saw something that lifted my spirits. In the middle of one desolate block stood a house that lacked the look of decay. It stood out because it was in perfect condition. No boards on the windows, no cracked glass, no weeds growing in the front lawn. I was especially touched to see little planter boxes at each side of the doorway in which fresh flowers were blooming. On the porch of this cozy home sat the lady of the house. She waved and smiled as I drove by. What a contrast. In the midst, oh wow, in the midst of an ugly neighborhood, she made her home comfortable and a showcase. What was her secret? She had discovered the possibilities in her situation. She had found a way to overcome life's hurts. How will you react to your hurts today? You can react negatively and curse your hurts, blaming others or blaming yourself. You can nurse your hurts tenderly, keeping them alive, indulging in self pity, and asking yourself, why did this happen to me? You can even rehearse your hurts by going over them again and again. Or you can reverse your hurts by allowing your difficulty to become an opportunity, your adversity an asset. Allow your problem to become a new project, then get busy. All right, cuz I don't know how much of that you heard. Do you need me to?
I got it. I got
You
it
got
right.
it. You got
Yeah.
it. All
Yeah.
right. And our affirmation for today: life's bumps and bruises don't bother me. I can blossom anywhere. I can shine under any circumstances. Ooh, yeah, I got to read this one again.
Ooh.
Life, life's bumps and bruises don't bother me. I can blossom anywhere. I can shine under any circumstance. Yeah, I got to tell y'all something. And I know y'all might be sick of me telling y'all this, maybe sick of Brandon saying this, but there is something going on here. When I got to this word, missed, last night, because I didn't get to read this one, right? So last night I'm sitting, I got a video from our leadership, my job that required us to watch and send our comments on today before noon. And it was making the most in the mist, right? Or something like that. But the word mist was in the topic. And so the word mist, if y'all know the song Waymaker, Waymaker Spirit, y'all know that? Where it says that God is here in our midst. Y'all, I listen to that song so much all day, every day. I sing it. And that's what keeps me going. So, of course, when I got the video and saw the title, I'm like, oh, yeah, this is one I'm going to listen to and listen to over and over again. And I got a lot to say. He asked for four takeaways with at least two sentences in each takeaway. I'm like, he going to hate that he asked me for any takeaways because my focus was on the miss. So when I get here and I read this, and I'm like, oh, my gosh. Oh my gosh. And maybe it's not about this book, but it's about when we get in touch with God, when we get in touch with his perfect will for our lives, right? I'm telling y'all, I'm running into people. I ran into a Mr. Johnson yesterday, 78 years old. And he's in the Walmart little wheelchair thing. And he's telling me all these things he had gone through, heart attacks, strokes, in the hospital, the doctor telling him to go home and only eat pasta. And he said, I dreamed about, now y'all, this is going to sound crazy, but I'm telling you, God ain't crazy. And God will show you what to do. And y'all might not like this one either. He said, I went home. He said, because everything else made me sick. He said, y'all, I dreamed about pig feet, right? And he said, I just couldn't get them off my mind. He said, so I told my son, go get me a pack of pig feet. And they said, what? You can't eat pig feet. He said, no, go get them. He said there was 3 in the pack. He cooked them. He ate them. That's all he ate. He had to go back to the doctor in 3 days, right? Went back. The doctor said, you're looking good. That pasta must have worked because he couldn't keep anything on his stomach. Everything he ate, he got sick, right? And he said, doctor, might not like what I'm going to hear, but I didn't eat the pasta. So what did you eat? I ate pig feet. He said, what? right? But now get it. He dreamed of the pig feet. And did we have something about dreaming the other day? Yes, we did. Did you set your alarm right? Something like that about the dreaming. I don't know, but y'all. So I'm saying this to say, and I'll bring it back to the top, and I'm gonna turn it over to you. Cause did somebody get hurt? Yes, we all did. We all been through challenges, and people have hurt us. Some that we never thought would hurt us, turn their backs on us. But let me tell you something else. You've hurt somebody. As good as you are, and your intentions, you've hurt somebody too, right? So we've all been hurt, but sometimes, I'm gonna say all the time, you gotta play hurt. You gotta play while you're hurt, because the hurt, it just changes you. It transforms you. So you can keep it alive through your thoughts by unforgiveness, or you can let that crap go, forgive, feed them from a long handled spoon if you have to, but feed them, right? But let them go, forgive them, and forgive yourself and move on. Because truth be told, we know it's a tough game. Life is tough, y'all. It seems like when you get over one thing or out of one season, you got to get ready for another one, right? And so it is a tough game, but it says there are times when you got to play hurt. Truth be told, we're all playing hurt. Sometimes some of us choose to move on from the hurt and focus on the growth. Because in everything that God allows your way, I believe there's an opportunity for your light to shine even the greater. Right? So, cuz, I'm going to turn it over to you and see what you got on this one, and we're going to make this thing work.
Thank you, Tammy. Um, I read it, and I read it like 3 times.
Wow.
The first question was, did someone get hurt? Someone? I believe everyone has been hurt. Everyone. Some more than others. Some, painfully, and some, not so painful. I've been injured, and I've been hurt by love. So it's a difference. What type of pain?
Mm.
I know that, Shaquille O'Neal, I love watching him. I love his Instagram. He's funny, and sometimes he's serious. Um, I just love him. Let me tell you that. Uh, Anything he says, it does hold a little value and weight.
Mm.
So you can laugh about it, or you can, straighten up and take it for face value. But this one here, it definitely it touched me. Life is a tough game. Some people say life isn't a game. But if you look at it, yeah, it is a game, but you have to take it seriously. Like an
Amen.
NBA player, they got to take the game serious, because if they don't, they're going to lose. So you stand at losing life if you don't take it serious. Okay? And there's times when you want to time out. You want to time out of life. You just want to give up. But God, He gives you that pass. He gives you that extra time to recoup and see what you want to do. I've been in that same, I've been in that same lane. I don't want to, I don't want to play no more. I quit. I'm giving up. I was such in pain that I wanted to give up on life. And I don't want to get too emotional yet. My, uh, I was young. I was really young. And thank God for a certain person
Mm.
um,
Mm.
caught me right, called me right at that buzzer, let's say.
Mm.
And God knew to send that person. It was just a phone call. And they noticed, I wasn't talking right. I wasn't sounding right. And you know what? That person made a phone call and sent another person to go see about me. That person changed the dynamic of my life. And it made me feel it made me feel as if the pain that I did sustain, it was meaningless. It's a
Mm.
pain,
Oh.
and you can overcome it. Even though I felt, broken, I felt worthless. I felt, unloved and ugly inside. So if I was to look in the mirror, I probably would see shattered glasses. Okay. That's what would project to me. And at this time, I decided, uh-oh, I got a little visitor. So hopefully he don't, interrupt me too much. No, 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 no. This side. Come on, this side. Come on.
Is that
And
the grandbaby?
oh yeah, yeah. Usually he sleep. He fooled me this morning.
Yeah, that's the way the grandkids do me every morning. They'll like, it's like, oh, she's talking. So yeah, it's
Yeah.
okay. It's okay. We got to
Come over
love on
here.
the babies.
Come over here. And let me try to get back on. So with that said, I'm back to, if I look in the mirror, I didn't see anything good at that time. But God got a way of putting you back in the game and resolving the pain and the hurt that was inflicted on you, whether it was by a person or yourself. Sometimes we hurt ourselves and not realizing it's going to be painful. We make decisions that, may not be the best, and it hurts you not just right away, it can hurt you later on in life. But when I read this insert, cuz I said, oh man, 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 this is it.
Mm,
Sometimes it's like you're a black sheep. And listen, and I don't know if I can't see anybody's comments or anything, but if you understand what I'm talking about, comment. Um, maybe Tammy, you can translate.
yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
but
y'all talk about the pain that you've experienced or what you're getting from. Sure, this is a day where she said, confirmed. Did someone get hurt? Y'all, we've all been hurt. We all have been hurt, right? Toy, I never knew that what you just shared. I love what you said about life is a game. You said some people say it's not. And welcome, Brother Trent. Some people say that life is not a game, but it is. And you said, but we must take the game of life serious. We also must know when to go sit down on the bench. Coach, I need to, God, I need to sit out for a minute, right? I need help here. I need some more training here, right? You got to know yourself. And what I was going to say was, you know, truth be told, we all, I shouldn't say that because maybe not everybody has gotten to the point where, because I did, and I've shared it and don't mind sharing it. I got to that point where, you know what? If this is life, if this is how people can do you, and most times people who of God who say they love
yeah,
you, if they can do this, God, just come on, just I don't want any parts of this. And Brandon, not mine, God's gift, one of God's greatest gifts to me, Brandon, he was the person. And I thought about it in this way. I was a single mom, right? People talked about that, right? Had Brandon at age 21. But I tell you, when I got on the side of everything, when I started transforming my life, I knew that God knew on that day when I was ready to take my life, that God knew that He wouldn't be enough for me. The life wouldn't be enough for me. But He knew that I would choose Brandon on that day. Because what stopped me was No matter what I'm going through, no matter how I'm hurting, this young boy does not deserve this kind of hurt to be put on him. So I will choose him, right? And in a sense, that's what kept me going and running. I avoided the hurt, right? And then one day, this same young man grew up and left his mama, went to college and left his mama with just herself. And then she couldn't hide behind him. She had to deal with the pain, with the hurt. She had to play the game. She had to realize, hey, you got a game to play. Coach waiting on you. God is waiting on you to show up. He done brought you through. He done let you play this game with yourself. Now it's time for you to show up. And that same young man who pulled me out of my hell came home from college that year. And he was like, Mama, what is going on? What is wrong with you? You got to do something. So y'all see how God is your coach. He is the owner of the team. He is the master, the healer of your pain. Right? So sorry to get off. Brother Trent, do you want to say something? I'm gonna turn it back over to Toy because I interrupted her story.
No, actually, I just saw you here by yourself. I didn't see Toy here, so I was running out the door. I was like, oh, she by herself. Let me jump in real quick.
Oh,
Wanted to make sure you
she
were
might
good.
have she might have stepped out for a minute for
I'm
something, but
here.
yeah, she's
I'm
here.
here. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I
Can you
didn't
see her
see it.
now?
I didn't. I
Can
see
you
it
see
now.
me? Okay,
I
okay.
see it now. Yeah. I just
Well,
wanted to make
hi.
sure I got 15
Welcome,
minutes of my
welcome.
travel will be here. How you doing, Toy?
Good, good. Blessings.
This
Good
is
to see you.
fam, Trent. This is fam, all the way from Jacksonville, Florida, by way of New York, right?
Yes.
Rochester.
All right. Okay. Okay.
So what you got here? What do you got to say about this hurt? Did somebody get hurt?
Yeah, actually, most of my hurt came from family, a particular family member, and I had to learn a lesson. I took it as a lesson. After bumping my head several times with this guy, bumping my head several times, I would always forgive and invite him back into my life. But man, sometimes we gotta create healthy boundaries, man. This is my boundary. This is where you can't go past this point. So I started
Mm.
looking for the lesson. So when I found the lesson, I was done with it. Kobe, knock it off.
You know what I get out of that, Trent? Don't y'all, did somebody get hurt? And actually, Miss Brenda has put this on here. Let me put her comment. She says, I have hurt myself more than I realized because I put up with some people that I should have let go of a long time ago. I still love them, but I love myself more. Y'all,
And that's what I'm
that's it
talking
right
about.
there.
That's what I'm
That's you
talking about.
gotta
I'm
love
talking about
yourself and don't let people hurt you.
That's exactly what I'm talking about. But
Don't
I'm
hurt
talking
yourself.
about family as well. You can still love people from a distance. I could love you and leave you alone. You can love a person and leave them alone. You definitely can do that, but that's called a healthy boundary. But I had to figure this out with one of my brothers. I was like, yeah, we blood, but I gotta love you and leave you alone, man, because you're toxic for me. This does not work for me at all. This is disturbing my peace. Once I've reached a higher level of myself, there's no more arguments, no back and forth. I'm done with this without even a conversation. And that's called a healthy boundary.
So what do y'all think about the phrase hurting people hurt people? Starting with you, Toy. What do you think about that? Hurting people hurt people.
Let me say something about what Trent just said.
Okay.
You couldn't be more right, sir.
I
And
appreciate
sometimes when you back off of a person, whether it be family or friends, they may think you're being funny, but it's to save peace and save yourself. Sometimes to save the other person as well.
that. Exactly.
but
Exactly.
but it saved face because you can always revisit it. Once a person hurts you and you walk away,
Yeah.
you can always revisit that incident, or at least you can face them again without knowing you've caused them pain. because 9 times out of 10, if a person has a good, genuine heart, they're gonna know they've hurt you. Either they're gonna
Exactly.
apologize or they'll just forget. And of course, those are narcissistic people. But
Exactly.
when pain sometimes comes from the family, it does more damage within than someone that you can walk away from. I mean, a friend. We don't want to walk away from them, but sometimes we have to,
Yeah.
because it could cause us more pain and you can do more damage to yourself.
Exactly. Like
So,
once I reach that place, a lot of us are still growing to get to that place. Once I've reached that place, the high level of myself, I'm
mhm.
not gonna jeopardize that for nobody, not even my kids.
Amen.
And that's not being bitter, that's not being angry or anything like that. That's being peaceful. That's being peaceful. So you got to know how to create a healthy boundary, man.
Exactly.
Know how
Y'all
to
know what
create.
it amounts to? You got to know how to love yourself. And
Yeah,
truth be told, many people use that. Oh, I love me. I love me. I love me. But let me tell you, that was something, that was one of the hardest lessons that I had to learn, or
absolutely.
realize, or ask myself, do you really? Because when you love you, it's a requirement. It's a requirement of people to love you or at least respect you. And if
Right.
none of that, get the hell out of my life.
Boom.
In
That
that
part.
order.
That's it. Well, because
That part.
if you love you, other people will love you. It won't be any other way, right? So when you love yourself, number one, it is less likely that you will continue to do the same thing over and over again, knowing that it brings you no good.
That's
You
Mm.
right.
will stop dealing with that dude that keep doing the same old shit over and over again. And you keep
Exactly.
buying the bull, right? Same with that woman. You will let her go, right? And that's why I say, do you show up and be you, regardless, right? When you playing the game, go out and play 100, right? Play your position
That's right.
the best you can do it. Because when you do that, and then people still treat you or want to come on and play your game, play on your team, but play for the other team, right? Then when you get to the point where, you know what, okay, bro, I see you, sis, I see you, so you got to go.
That's
And
it.
ain't no coming back, because why? I showed up, I gave you 100% of me in spite of how you treated me. So guess what, bro or sis, if you changed, the change got to be for somebody else. I'm thankful that I was part of your growth, but you got to go. We got to stop allowing people, got to call people out on their stuff.
Mm.
Because if you're calling yourself out, if you're growing, if you're demanding peace, if you're not allowing you to lie to you anymore, if you're looking in that mirror and you're owning what you see and you're taking the responsibility and accountability for your actions, then why don't you require others to do the same?
Exactly.
I
Hurting
agree.
people do hurt people. They do. But if healing, as we heal, then y'all, we ought to be spreading healing for those who want to heal. Because see, somebody will just come and play the game with you, right?
Mm.
But all the
Mm.
time, they might have on your same shirt, go Toy, go Trent. Under that, they strictly for the other team or themselves.
Exactly.
And discernment and wisdom and a love for yourself will change all that. You'll see what's under that jersey and know that it ain't your team. They're not playing on your team. So,
Exactly.
oh,
Oh
so
no, I'm
quiet.
good. I'm
Uh,
good.
oh,
I'm good. I'm good.
I did want to say something. Reading what you sent. Did someone get hurt about the older lady that's in here, where she, in the midst of all this darkness, she became the light. And I know that Shaquille, when he turned and seen that house, He's like, wow, in astonishment, like, out of all these wolves, here's a lamb. Some
Mm.
sometimes we, go through the dark,
He's okay.
and we find it's the tunnel. We find a light at the end of the tunnel. And even though, our spirits are down, and some people, I don't agree with suicide thought. I'm sure a lot of people don't. Um, and that's just a coward cop out to me. Um, everyone's gonna die. Don't
Yeah.
don't make it so quick. Look, fight it out. Life is a game. We got to play this thing out. So before you contemplate suicide, remember we're gonna die anyway. Make the best out of what give the best out of what you can while you're here. And I know that older lady said, you know what? Nobody got to give me flowers. I'm going to plant them myself.
Exactly.
And that's what we should think about in life. Clear away the shrubs, the weeds, those that try to bring shrubbery that try to just bring you down and not allow you to blossom. Even though they're so close to you, everybody around her close. But she made it to where, you know what? I'm going to make my life a little bit better, more pleasant. That's what I want to say, more pleasant. We don't know what is inside her house, but we do know that there was something shining bright. There was something that attracted Shaquille O'Neal, be an attraction to others, because I'm sure it made her feel good. She can sit on her porch and see something beautiful. Does that make sense?
Yes, yes. It says here, you guys, what a contrast in the midst of an ugly neighborhood, right? She made her house comfortable and a showcase. What was her secret? She had discovered the possibilities in her situation. So there's always possibilities in
Yeah.
every situation, right? Her house stood out in the middle of one of the most desolate blocks, right? It had no cracked glass, no weeds growing in the front lawn. It had even two potters of plants placed on each side of the door, right? She made the best of her possibilities, y'all. She saw that her situation could be and would be different. She had found a way to overcome life's hurts.
Isn't that
She
something?
found a way. And if she could do it, if I can do it, if Toy and Trent can do it, so can you. So can you. It wasn't a mistake. Matter of fact, it was God's intervention of the person that called you that day, Toy. God is in the midst,
All the time.
ever present, as our reading told us yesterday. It's just a matter of, do you want to open your eyes and
Right.
see?
And reverse it, change, make it
Reverse. Right. Put
out.
those planters outside the door.
Yeah.
Right.
Start to make the change. Sometimes I forget a lot now because I'm getting older. I'm 53, about to be 54 on the 11th of October.
You had to think about that on the 11th of October.
No, listen, I said that to emphasize, just in case you want to send some gifts. Hey. Um, but anyway, what I'm saying is, sometimes you have to write things down
Mm.
and go back to it to say, you know what, I did this yesterday and I'm not going to do it again today. I'm going to make a change, a notation, and I'm going to make sure that I don't, whether it's stepping on a crack that, twisted your ankle in front of your yard. It's your yard. You're going to pass it every day. If you know that it is there,
Mm,
either fix it or go around it.
Yeah,
You know,
absolutely right.
I like
if
that. Fix
if
it or go around it.
I used to be the type that 0 to 100, they say. Ooh, God is good. Ooh, excuse me for a minute. Ooh, ooh, he's so good, y'all. He's so good and merciful. He's merciful to me, and I know he's merciful to many. You just gotta tap in with him. You gotta check in with him, just like you do any parent. You gotta let him know you're not happy about a certain situation, even though you're smiling. He'll change it. He'll change it. That's if you want, and he see the good in your heart. But everybody, just like you said, Tammy, ooh, you hit
Yeah.
it nail on the head when you said just because they speak of spiritualism, the gospel, don't
Meaning
mean they're
spiritual.
sanctified and filled with the Holy Ghost.
Yeah,
Mm,
But you don't have to be either. You just need to know and project that love that God wants for us. He say, speak of him, let them know about him, and good things will happen. You got to know God. Let go of some of that hurt. Give it to him. Let that pain go. Because guess what? Somebody out there is paining more than you.
that's
Somebody
right.
has been hurt way more than you can imagine. So set aside, time out,
mm.
freeze, put a pause on it for just a minute and not think about yourself. Think about somebody else and take it to God. Take their pain to God. Do that. And let's see the dynamics of how your life is about to change, how it has changed. Because we can't be so selfish to say, why me? In the insert, why me? And why is this happening to me? It's almost happened to everybody,
Yeah.
but it's about how they channeled it, how they turn the station, how they find something else to do to lift their spirits. So if we can again think about somebody else pain that's in a worse predicament than you, and you pray for them and see how you're gonna feel. I don't want to get too deep,
Oh
but
no, you're good. I got 3 minutes, Tim, so you don't need me. She all you need. I'm good. I got to get to the gym. My driver's out.
thank you.
Peace.
Nice
Some
meeting.
good stuff. Good
Thank you,
stuff.
bro.
I'll talk to you tomorrow. Okay. Are you on
All
tomorrow,
right.
Tammy?
Thank you.
Okay.
Yes. Yes.
All right.
God willing, I'll be here. All
Okay.
right. That's my brother. He popped on in. What were you saying, Toy?
I was saying, how can you basically channel your hurt? That was the question. Um, Pray for someone else. We always want God, 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 Jesus, help me, me, me. But God not only have, what is it, over 400 million billion people? Well, try not to be so selfish. You've already asked him. He's just working on it. So just like when you're in the paint, when you're playing basketball, you get injured. You have to go to the back to let the doctor assess you. Sometimes he'll release you back in the game, and sometimes he'll time for you. God got a funny sense of humor, does he not?
Yes, he does. Yes, he does.
And sometimes he times it out for us because we do need a break. We do need to heal. We do need to repair. Sometimes it's not just a physical, but a mental and a psychological. Could be emotional. But sometimes we all need that time out. Time out. That time out is the time that you need to sometimes get on your knees and not just pray for you, but pray for everybody.
You know, James, and I just tried to put it out there all in one phrase, but the book of James tells us, my brethren, count it all joy when you fall into divers temptations, knowing this, that the trying of your faith worketh patience. But let patience have her perfect work, that ye may be perfect and entire, wanting nothing. That part, that last part, that but let patience have her perfect work, that ye may be perfect, that ye, who are ye to think that you may be perfect, entire and wanting nothing? Because what does the word tell us? I will supply your every need. I will never leave or forsake you, right? But here it tells us to count it all joy, all of it, even when you fall into temptation, knowing this, that the trying of your faith is just a trying of your faith. Why? So that you will grow in faith. It needs your patience as you are growing through your things, the temptations, the hurts, the pain. As Toy said, sometimes you got to say, time out. Somebody's hurt. Time out. Doctors, come over. Coach, come over. Right? My teammate, my brother, my sister, because as we say, truth be told, I'm not just Toy's cousin. I'm her sister. I'm not just her keeper. I'm her sister. I'm my sister cousin's sister,
That's right.
right? She hurt, I hurt.
Mm.
I hurt, she hurt. But y'all, we don't stay involved enough with each other to know that we all hurting. You hurting, girl, this is what's going on with me. And sometimes just being able to talk about it and have somebody know that truly cares and that will come, or that will stay on the phone with you all night until you feel better, until we talk this thing out. And I'll tell you something else that helps. Journal. Toy said you write about writing or putting it. Journal, y'all. Journal. That is one of the best things for getting that stuff out of you. But I want to go back to this verse in James. But let patience have her perfect work, that ye may be perfect and entire, wanting nothing. You'll get to a place where you feel so content with the blessings of life, right?
Mm.
I heard the video that I told you I got yesterday, and they required us to watch it. I've listened to it 3 times. And one thing he said, that you take joy in the sleepless nights that comes with the blessing of being a mother. Mothers, how often do you think about when you hear that cry, what a blessing it is to hear my baby cry and to be able to get up and go in there and mother my child, the child that God blessed me with. Sometimes you've prayed for it, or maybe you've prayed for that man or that woman, and God sends you a good one. And as soon as you get it, you're afraid maybe that you're going to lose it, or maybe that you're not good enough for this woman or this man. And so you start to sabotage it. So yeah, that comes from somebody getting hurt, you. And so that's why you got to heal, because if you don't, you will continue to hurt yourself. You will bring pain upon you because you expect it, because you've not healed. You've not allowed God to heal. You've not found possibilities as this lady did. You've not planted those plants on each side of the door so that when you walk or you pull up to your house, it's not blighted out, right? You found the possibility. You found a way to thrive. And if you want somebody to help you do that, I'll tell you about God. a God.
Mm.
I'm gonna turn it over to you, Toy, and then we're gonna get out of here. Um,
Oh,
let's see here. There's a gosh, I lost it. There it says there's a lot of grown Christians because we talked about people hurting us, and sometimes they're people, Christian people, our family, and so forth. There are a lot of grown Christians, but not a lot of mature ones. There is a difference. So we need mature people. We need people to grow up and grow out of their pain, grow through their pain, not just go through it, right? That's what we need. So yeah, did somebody get hurt? Absolutely. I'll tell you, that person was me. Guess what? But this person learned as she was hurt, and God showed her that you've hurt people, right? And the same grace and mercy you want them to have for you, you give that to the people who've hurt you. Set them free so you can be free, right? But love yourself enough to not play their game, right? Or to not let them play your game. So over to you, Tor, and we'll get ready to bring this baby to a close. If y'all got some comments, drop them in there so that we can get them in and out. Man, this has been great.
man, listen, you just said something. Uh, hurt people hurt people. In the beginning, I explained my situation. Well, because I was hurt, I started hurting people. But unbeknownst to me, that's what I was doing. I just knew that if you made me mad, made me sad, I'm gonna do something to you. We're gonna fight. I'm trying to put something up there. Okay, but guess what? Years go by, I'm rehashing the things that people have done to me and I've done to them. God said, in order to be forgiven, one must forgive. So I went back a couple years ago. I say about 4 years ago. I went
Mm,
back. I went on my Facebook and I went to looking at people that it was so-called friends on my Facebook, but I sent them a message. I even put it on Facebook. If there's anybody that I've offended or hurt, I want to apologize. Now, whether
mm,
they accept it or not, that's not for me to make them, but God knows my heart. So let God intervene in your heart. If you know you have hurt people, and I can point out a few, but I'm not going to tell you where your shortcomings is because I got a lot, and I still got to work on me. God is still
mm.
on me and through me. So I suggest you write it down, like Tammy said again, that journal. Write down some of the things that you want to try to do better. And even though you're afraid to maybe talk to God, He sees it written down. He knows all. But try to work on it. Your pain, remember, is no greater than the next man.
Amen. Amen. No pain, no gain. That's whatever you just said. Remind no pain, no gain. Y'all remember that song?
Yeah.
Um,
No, a matter of fact, our cousin, who sing that Sent More. She usually be on
I
here,
guess
but
right, 'cause she's our singer. Yeah. I've yet to hear Cuz sing. I've only
ooh,
heard about I've
get her on,
only heard about it.
get her on here.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So you guys, we're gonna end it here. We've taken you an hour. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. Did anybody get hurt? Absolutely, yes. Everybody got hurt, right? And unless we um, get down to the root of the traumatic experience that we keep alive in our thoughts and in our heads and in our hearts, let's forgive. Let's be intentional about being in the midst, right, of ourselves, right, and knowing that God is in our midst and He's forever present and that He will never leave and forsake you, and that anything that you've gone through, God has allowed you to grow through it. I remember the story about Brandon's knees when he was young. Mom, my legs hurt, my legs hurt, my legs hurt. He complained enough about it until I took him to the doctor. And the doctor said, well, son, you're all right. You're just growing. It's just growing pains. And then all of a sudden, he wanted the pain. He wanted the knees to hurt because he wanted to be tall. right? And so are you willing to go through and grow through the pain of renewing your mind, of transforming, of getting over the hurt by forgiving people and forgiving yourself? Are you willing to grow through what you have gone through? Are you willing to grow through? Are you willing to put those planters on left side and the right side? Put it behind you, in front of you too, and water those flowers, right? You have a choice. You have a choice. Wherever you are, whatever you feel today is a choice. And you can choose to be positive or you can choose to be negative. You could choose to forgive or you could choose to hold on to unforgiveness. It's a choice. You could choose to set yourself free right here today. Write the vision, make it plain, get out of God's way, and be intentional to be transformed by the renewing of your mind so that you will know not just God's will for you, but his perfect will for you. And that perfect will is the reason that I get this video yesterday about the mist, the song that I sing all day, every day. God is in our midst and says, come right here and see that word, mist, right? And if he'll do this for me, if he'll make life so small for me, so I don't know if you saw the time where I met one of our cousins, well, on my mom's side, at Walmart. Just out the blue, I meet this lady because of something she's telling me, right? And then Tasha, my cousin in Atlanta, runs into our cousin. Y'all, that's
I did it too. I did the same thing. God working. You
God
got to
working,
listen. Open your eyes and ears and your heart.
right? Spiritual. Have spiritual eyes, heart, ears. Have a spiritual mindset. Have spiritual intentions,
Yeah.
right? So y'all got hurt. I got hurt. We got hurt. But we ain't got to keep on hurting.
Let's
That's
let's
something we don't
let,
have to do.
let's just take that. What is it? Time out.
Time out, halftime. Let's halftime, time out. Relook at what they call it when the coaches have to relook at the play.
Uh,
Yeah.
Replay.
Sometimes you gotta know if you call the play wrong, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah. Sometimes you just saw what you didn't see
Yeah.
or
And
saw
so
what that wasn't there.
yeah.
Because
Sometimes
sometimes people ain't hurting us; it's that you still hurting, and then you taking you offense to everything because you got a sore there, right?
and everybody
So
not gonna see the same thing you seen.
that's right.
You know.
That's right.
So
Take some time to contemplate. Cuz I love you. Thank you for joining.
thank you for
I'll
having.
be in touch. You're welcome. You're gonna have to come back.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
Okay. All right. All right.
Everybody
Until
else,
later.
invite a friend. Invite a friend.
Yeah, there you go, y'all. We've been getting some good numbers. So I'm God is working through this, and I hope that you guys are taking the time to contemplate and that you're growing. You're growing through
Tammy,
whatever
let me.
it is that you're going through.
You mentioned something about a video. If you can put it up or send it to us, that'd be great. Where we can watch that video you were speaking in reference of.
You know what? I don't think he would mind. I will put it up. I'll put it on the page.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. All right.
Great. All
Well, you
right.
guys, you know how we do it. Just like we groove in, guess what we got to do? I'm not going to go back and read anything today. Take the time to contemplate. But as you go, let's groove. Come
Thank
on,
you.
Toy. Toy.
Blessings.
Wait, Toy. Before you go, you got to groove. You got to show us your groove. Come on.
Oh, I can get down now.
All right. When I come visit to Jacksonville, we got to go get down.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Right.
This leg will be all right. So hey, come
Hey,
on.
we sit in the chair and pop. You know,
All right.
a couple ways to skin that cat.
I know that's right. I know that's
All
right.
right. Thank you, cuz.
All right. Love you. And
Love
I'll
you.
talk to you and see you tomorrow.
All right. Thank you.
Okay.
All right, y'all. It's been a great day. Remember, go do you. Love on you. Forgive. right? But you gotta forgive yourself first. Everybody's been hurt, but we don't have to continue hurting people. So y'all go and be great. Go feed the ducks. And feeding the ducks, you're feeding the life, and you're feeding the life of others. All right? So go be great.